Well, hello, it's Rochelle. Today I'm doing a page in Psalm 139, and as usual, I'm prepping my page with Dino Wakley Clear Gesso using the card swiping technique to lay a thin layer of clear gesso over the page. I find that the medium I use, gelatos, blends much easier on over a gesso surface. So for some reason I forgot to record me stamping this Jane Davenport mix and match face down. I stamped it first because I wanted to leave the area where I was going to stamp it clear. So then I take my gelato and I smear it in various random places around the page and start blending it in with my finger. Again, I find blending it with my finger gives me more control. You can also use a baby wipe or a blending tool or a makeup sponge, and I just lay down various colors to get the background. In looking back, I don't like my color choice, but the effect at the end is worth it. So I hope you learn that in pushing through sometimes you can even make that which is not your favorite or didn't work out exactly like you wanted it to, that it can still be beautiful. Don't ever give up, just keep on working it. And so I put some silver over the words just to lift up that color a bit. And then I'm taking a stencil, a homemade stencil, and I'm taking a baby wipe and I'm using the ghosting technique to lift up the color through the stencil, which then leaves this negative image on your page. Going through my verses that I'm studying, and it's so good to know that God knows you because He made you. He made you inside out. He put everything He wanted inside of you. So I'm putting the eyes and the mouth and the nose. You'll see my head go in there at the shot because I need to get up on top of it to see and line it up the way I wanted it. I'm going to be taking a peach colored gelato and laying that down as the skin color for this specific person that I'm creating today. I've used a normal brush just with some water, but I find that the aqua brush works better, and so just laying down the color, building it up slowly to the intensity that I want. You can scribble out a gelato or you can use it directly, use the water directly. It depends on what you like best. Going in with the light colors first, just a light eyeshadow and a light rose colored lipstick, and then the eyes, giving it some blue color because my eyes are blue. So I'm starting with the hair with a brand new gelato, and I find that at first it doesn't work as well. I'm guessing because it hasn't been used before, and so I scribble it out on my non-stick craft mat, which then you can see brings the color out much better. And I just work directly from that pigment on my non-stick craft mat, filling in her hair. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do end up putting lines with a Faber-castell Pit Artist pen to create the hair. And then I intensify the color of her lips a bit more with some brighter or darker red, should I say, which then builds up to pink because it is mixed with water. Just taking the coconut color of the Faber-castell gelatos to highlight the white in her eyes. It just makes it look more alive. And this can be very whimsical. You can draw the hair like you want, adding some gold in there, and then even a bit of ombre. And then shading her neckline so that it looks like the neck is in the back and the face is in the front. So I've got some Jane Davenport washi tape that has some words on it. And because the passage is about the thoughts that God has about me, these words are hopeful and adventurous and dreamy and lovely. And then I picked out some stamps from Illustrated Faith that says free and faithful and beautiful and loved. And some other words from another stamp set that says strong and courageous. And these are the thoughts that God has towards us, and the things that He has put inside of us even before He formed us. If your stamping doesn't come out perfect, you can always pick it up with a pen. Just find some sort of a matching color. And I'm looking for a tab that I'm going to be putting on top, using some light washi tape just to put a bit of a cluster where I'm tabbing it. Just sticking it down with some Tombow adhesive. I do want to journal on this page, and so I decided to write there in the margin that He made me just as I am, and that He had put all of what I would need inside of me. And as usual, I date it, and that's it. Click like and subscribe for more of these videos. Ciao!